Inclusive learning and best pedagogical practice are increasingly prevalent topics in education. Ashman and Conway's Learning Teaching Ecology framework reveals 4 pillars influencing student learning, one of which is the setting. Legislation such as the Disability Discrimination Act and Melbourne Declaration recognise the impact of the setting on learning, advocating the rights of all students to high-quality schooling in discriminative-free environments. The Being, Belonging, Becoming framework furthers that only when students feel valued do they participate in learning environments. In this light, TEDdy Talk Time with Benjamin Button was created. Through analysis of reflexive thinking, positive learning experiences, collaborative problem solving, and emotional literacy components, it will become evident that this artifact effectively promotes an inclusive learning environment. Targeted at the early years, TEDdy Talk Time is a teacher resource that allows students to openly explore the values underpinning inclusivity, as outlined in the Values Education Framework, thus establishing a supportive classroom community. Conducted weekly, students will collaboratively reflect upon the adventures of Benjamin Button using the TEDdy Talk Time poster. The range of incorporated media, such as collaborative reflection, pictorial representations, 3D tactile objects, that is, the bear, and teacher narration, effectively caters for Gardner's diverse learning styles. Such differentiation mirrors Alton Lee's characteristics for quality teaching in being responsive to student learning processes. During TEDdy Talk Time discussion, students will reflect upon the values underpinning the scenario and actively co-construct appropriate actions to rewrite the scenario for a more inclusive outcome. Please pause the video to read the scenarios and questions. In this way, TEDdy Talk Time is founded on Hart's principles of co-agency, as students co-construct the appropriate value displayed as Benjamin Button's message for the week. Displayed in the classroom, this poster is a constant reference point for students to apply such values during the week. Morecambe and McCallum further that such learning opportunities co-determine boundaries for behaviour, which establishes a unified classroom climate. That is, students more readily implement the values which they determine important. Embedded within TEDdy Talk Time is collaborative critical reflection, a fundamental element of inclusive pedagogical practices and the Melbourne Declaration. Larrabee, Letts and Bentley stress the importance of collaborative reflection on preconceived bias to model inclusive behaviours and recognise individual uniqueness. It is teacher questioning following the scenario that stimulates class reflection on the effects of exclusive actions on others. Morecambe and McCallum posit that such reflective characteristics enable students to develop pro-social skills in accordance with the values discussed. Modelling and fostering such reflexive thinking outcomes reflects Alton Lee's quality pedagogical characteristics necessary to attain inclusive environments promoted in the 2005 Inclusive Education Statement. Benjamin Button is an effective teacher resource as he promotes positive learning experiences surrounding diversity and self-exploration. Mirroring Alton Lee's pedagogical principles, Benjamin Button's unique appearance enables teacher-led discussion to rectify preconceptions of diversity and promote the valuing of differences, as mandated in the Inclusive Education Statement. Through references to Benjamin Button, teachers are addressing in a dignified medium the understanding that people are different but not less, a reflection of Tomlinson's principle of dignity and respect. At an early development age, students can struggle with sharing personal views. Thus, students can similarly use Benjamin Button as a third-party avenue to safely explore and express their own emotions surrounding diversity and inclusion. Adhering to the Melbourne Declaration's stance on discriminatory-free learning, this artifact doesn't expose students' exclusive behaviours, but instead encourages students to relate Benjamin Button's experiences to their own. Morecambe and McCallum posit that such self-reflective characteristics foster inclusive behaviour, as students are more receptive to the emotions of others. In this way, TEDdy Talk Time generates positive learning experiences that foster an inclusive student mentality. Collaborative problem solving is a key principle of TEDdy Talk Time, which promotes inclusive environments. Elias et al. And Morecambe and McCallum collectively advocate the success of collaborative learning, concluding that students gain significant social skills and develop positive attitudes of altruism, kindness, and respect for others when provided opportunities to participate as members of organised problem-solving teams. In this light, TEDdy Talk Time is an anchor point for students to converse and problem-solve the scenarios as a team, recognizing and celebrating diverse opinions. In doing so, they practice the values expressed by Benjamin Button and develop an inclusive atmosphere. As Mittler describes, inclusion means listening to and valuing opinions, regardless of age or labels. In this way, Teddy Talk Time implements Tomlinson's principles of respect and dignity within the social and effective purpose of transformability, as the problem-solving opportunities construct an environment in which all opinions are valued. Teddy Talk Time effectively supports emotional literacy development in the collaborative reflection component of the artifact. Emotional literacy is a key factor in generating inclusive environments, as it enhances student reflection by fostering empathetic perspective, that is, placing oneself in another's shoes. During Teddy Talk Time, students are required to reflect upon the emotional perspectives of various characters in the scenario in order to ascertain the morally correct course of action. Such reflexive thinking and emotional literacy is key to determining ethical classroom actions and relations. Weir and Elias X. Saul explain that emotional literacy develops stronger community relations due to increased tolerance, understanding, care, and sense of belonging, key features underpinning the Melbourne Declaration and transformability model. Therefore, fostering emotional literacy in Teddy Talk Time clearly develops an inclusive classroom as students become attuned to the emotional impact of their actions. In conclusion, it is clear that Teddy Talk Time with Benjamin Button is an effective resource in generating inclusive environments, as it promotes a multifaceted approach to promoting the skills, mindset, and values necessary to celebrate diversity.